summer heat sending a lot of us to the beach. Well, Jim and I are going. We'll see you in Myrtle Beach on the show. We'll talk about the possibility of something tropical. And did someone say talking dog?
This is Weather Center Live. Good day to you. We are in the lab. I'm meteorologist Chris Warren.
And I'm meteorologist Jen Carfagno.
And it is Thursday, July 23rd, and we are here to keep you informed and safe. We have meteorologist Jessica Arnoldi here. She is tracking bugs, and we're going to talk about that's right?
That's correct.
We are going to explain that coming up.
And also coming up, we've got the storms on the move and rolling in like this one. This is our daily scene these days, isn't it? We're going to show you where possible damaging storms are heading today and when the worst time to be outside is today as well.
And a place where a lot of people like to be outside, it's going to be a wet weekend. We're going to watch the clouds start to form in Florida. We're going to talk about why that could be good news, some drought relief for Florida.
Now, what would you use if you had to break open a car window? This is a scenario you don't want to be in, but we've seen it too many times this summer. So today we're going to talk to experts about breaking into a car if you see a child locked inside. That story coming up on Weather Center Live.
All right, let's take a look at some storm damage from Alabama. A couple things that stick out right away from this, Jen. You see the tree down on the house first.
Another hollow tree that
right, but what's this guy doing? You see, yeah, there's the hollow tree. We talked about that.
I'm going to guess there's bees or something.
Exactly. We understand there was a hive somewhere in here. And at first, if he turns around, you'll be able to see it. And it looks like he or she, not sure exactly. But yeah, first thing you notice, Jen, right there, you have, it's like a hollow tree.
That's a second danger out of a falling tree. And first of all, Chris, do we know what happened in this house? Everyone okay? I mean, this is pretty significant.
Yeah, we no word on that, but yeah, that shows you. I mean, you mentioned before. Figure out what the deal is with the trees. Are they healthy?
Yeah. All right.
Minor injuries reported with this.
Yeah. Not taken to the hospital, but still, nonetheless, here, what a sight to have to deal with. This is not too far from Talladega, Chris, in Alabama.
And Jen, I have another piece of video I want to show you. We're going to get to your forecast for the South here first. But we know a dear friend of ours, Dr. Matt Sikowski. He was flying out of town yesterday from Atlanta's Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport. Guaranteed. Matt's sitting there looking at his radar. Is my flight going to be on time? And he decides to set up a time lapse. Like only Matt can. Let's go ahead and take a look at this video and show you exactly what was going on, where Matt was. Waiting for his plane. So you know what? Something made him, first there's just some clouds, but it's Dr. Sikowski. So he goes, he's looking at the radar, so he's just waiting for it. And here it comes. There's the rain. He knew it was coming. He set up his time lapse here while I was waiting for his plane.
That's impressive.
Isn't that cool?
Look at that. Wow. And that he was willing to use all his battery up, getting the time lapse going. He knew it was going to happen, right?
Actually, you know what? He's on the plane here. There's the wing. So he's on the plane waiting to go, and he knew it. He's probably like, we're going to be delayed.
Whoever's sitting next to him was probably asking, what he's doing, and then asking about the weather.
It's going to rain in 3 to 4 minutes. And then it did. Time lapse. Good job, Matt. Let's take a look. If you're going to be getting your time lapse today in Nashville, be safe. Stay inside because there's going to be chance for some lightning throughout the day in Nashville. So mid-south to deep south, chance for showers and storms again. Right now in Nashville, a few light showers moving through, some stronger storms. And again, this is some of the same areas we were looking at this time yesterday. Here's Memphis, and you can see in between Memphis and Nashville dealing with some storms right now. And flash flood warning currently in effect for parts of south central Missouri there, and we're looking at these storms, doing a pretty good job here initializing where we're seeing the storms now. We're going to look through time at where the storms are going to be according to the computer here. It's our future radar showing us where the rain, look at just all of a sudden, just boom, early afternoon, pops up in Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, and then we're going to watch that scoot on through eventually and a little bit farther to the south. Atlanta, look for those storms developing earlier in the afternoon and into the evening hours. Jen?
All right, so let's talk about what's happening as we look at the tropics and the Atlantic. Hurricane specialist Michael Lauer here with us. And Michael, yesterday we were talking about the front that Chris was just talking about and what might happen when it gets down a little further south.
And we showed this yesterday, how this season pretty much all of our storms have come from these very quick type systems, non-tropical type systems. That's why we're watching this front that's across the southeast U.S. You can see that showers and thunderstorms here pretty spread out, pretty broad, nothing over the waters quite yet. There is an area of low pressure, Jen, though, that is over the Carolinas. This one's going to scoot out to sea. That's sort of the first area of low pressure that's going to form along this front. I don't think this is going to develop, but once we get into the weekend, this front is going to move down into parts of Florida. You can see the spin to the atmosphere going from the Carolinas down into the Atlantic Ocean, and that's sort of where we're looking.
All right. So we'll be watching for that potential, maybe getting into the weekend. But, you know, a lot of people just want to know, what does it mean for their plans?
What does it mean for warmth there? You could get something, but if we get something, it's going to be here off the coast. I really think you're just talking about enhanced rainfall, mainly due to the frontal boundary as it slips down into Florida. Very high moisture in the atmosphere. So look, if you start wringing out this moisture, there could be flood problems here for Florida. It's going to be just a nasty beach weekend going into next week. So rip currents, in addition to the heavy rainfall across even down into South Florida, where they really could use the rainfall.
They could use the rain.
Yeah.
All right, Michael Lauer, thank you so much.
You got it.
Chris, over to you.
Could also do without the lightning, however, in Florida. We certainly have seen our share of lightning. Let's go and take a look at Palm Beach lightning, and we do have a look at the scene here. Look at that. Thinking it slowed down. Certainly hit something out there. You have that glow, don't know what, and then the glow fades away. An impressive scene, fortunately far away from this person who's also inside. Another good thing there. But pretty impressive, isn't that, Jen?
It is. Yesterday, I was in my garage. When we won't have any windows on our garage door, there was a lightning strike, and I kind of felt it. I mean, I personally didn't feel like I was struck by lightning, but it felt awfully close, right? So even inside, there's the chance, right? If you are at a closed porch even, you're not necessarily safe, away from windows.
I had the same experience this week. You're outside, you feel safe because you're under cover, but lightning's nearby, and you kind of feel, and you say to yourself, that was close.
Yeah, that's how I felt exactly.
And it doesn't have to hit you directly, we know, to injure you. In fact, that's exactly what happened yesterday in the afternoon here. You can see someone running to help the people that were indirectly struck. The lightning hit the water while they were in it, we understand, and a group of people, 3 people, were injured because of this. We know they're all alive. The extent of their injuries are unclear at this time, but you can see happening at the beach there in Florida. And this is the time of it from yesterday, Jen, and you can see just north of Miami Beach right here, and all of that lightning coming out ahead of it.
I wasn't looking at the radar at the time, but I was on Twitter, and I saw the National Weather Service in Miami tweeting about the fact that there was a lot of lightning in these storms.
All right, well, we're going to dive into the fact that these storms may actually be good news for Florida.
Yeah, actually, we haven't had a lot this year. We're going to talk about the much-needed rain for the Florida East Coast up next.
Let's go from clutter to clean. Stop boxing ourselves in. Let's get organized and build a better bathroom. That's it. Let's give it some style with a little polish. Let's put everything where it belongs and put the room back in bathroom. Let's do this. Shop stylish vanities in-store and online. The Home Depot. More saving, more doing.
Hey, you working for Nature Made too? Yup. Go team!
You've heard about friendly probiotics, but why take one that only targets half your digestive tract? New Nature Made Advanced has dual strains that target your whole tract. Part of the new line of probiotics from Nature Made.
Fact: when pharmacists are in pain, the medicine in Advil is their #1 choice for pain relief, more than the medicines in Tylenol or Aleve. Use the medicine that pharmacists use most for themselves. Relief doesn't get any better than this. Advil.
A different treatment for every itch? Clean out your cabinet. Blue Emu Anti-Itch Cream has the strongest form of hydrocortisone available without a prescription. And it's the only brand with Cord Emu Complex. New Blue Emu with hydrocortisone. One cream, every itch.
Oh, man. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You're covered, Harry.
You gotta do it like this. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Hey, George. Hey, Jim. State Farm agents are there whenever you need them.
Tomorrow on AMHQ, summer heat sending a lot of us to the beach. Well, Jim and I are going. We'll see you in Myrtle Beach on the show. We'll talk about the possibility of something tropical. And did someone say talking dog?
currently in our area, 86 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, mixed clouds and sun with scattered thunderstorms. High 89. Chance of rain 60%. Tonight, partly to mostly cloudy skies with scattered thunderstorms during the evening. Low 76. Chance of rain 50%. Friday, thunderstorms developing in the afternoon. High 93. Chance of rain 60%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Tomorrow morning, Tour de France has hit all kinds of weather this year. What do the riders need to be prepared for the final stage? Wake up with Al tomorrow morning at 5, only on the Weather Channel.
Conceal cracks and splinters with the ultimate do-over for wood and concrete. Don't replace, resurface. Behr Premium Deckover, exclusively at the Home Depot.
Zantac heartburn alert! Stop! Nexium can take 24 hours to work. Zantac's different. Zantac rushes relief in as little as 30 minutes. For relief without the wait, try Zantac. No pill relieves heartburn faster.
Routine. It's a hard thing to break. Day in, day out. From point A to B and back again. There's a difference between being alive and living. For those who can't imagine life without two wheels, Allstate offers a genuine parts guarantee that promises to fix your bike with original parts. Talk to an Allstate agent about all the things they do to keep riders riding.
All right, so let's talk rain in Florida. It is the rainy season, but it's also the vacation season, right, for folks heading south to Florida. And lately, you haven't had a lot of rain to disrupt your vacation plans, especially in the southern part of the state. We look at the drought monitor to tell the story of where we are with rainfall for the year. This is when we typically get our rain in June, in July, in August, and even September for Florida. And we are in a moderate drought, 23% now. That's an increase from last week, up another percent. In particular, it's this area down here across southern Florida southeastern Florida, I should say, that is really bearing the brunt of the drought. Tampa area, we're doing much better. We're up to nearly 30 inches above average here for rainfall. But you take a look at Miami, and our numbers here are really tough to take. 17 inches for the year. Average to date is 29 inches, so we're significantly below average. And in particular, when you look at just the rainy season, that's where we really are below average for the June, July months. And going forward, we'll see what we can make up here as we get through the rest of the summer. So let's talk about this drought that we've got going on right now, Chris. And we're going to be dealing with, of course, perhaps some rainfall over the weekend, but will it really help?
Yeah, and it's interesting to see where that drought is. It's that, the East Coast, really primarily in Florida. So let's get some local insight to this, if we shall. Let's go to Will Ulrich from the National Weather Service in Melbourne, Florida. Will, thank you very much for joining us. And first, can you talk about the drought? Is this, from a local's perspective, is this something that is usual? Is this, how would you rate this, essentially, from a local standpoint?
Yeah, right now, thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it. Right now, the conditions along the Treasure Coast are dry, but they're not, they're too not, abnormal for this time of year. Those areas down along the Treasure Coast, for instance, our local area, are around 3 to 5 inches below normal. But this is the wet season here in Central Florida, and all it takes is a few days of heavy rain to help, make up for those dry conditions. So it's not going to take too much rainfall to take us out of those drier than normal conditions that we're seeing across that area.
When it comes to rainfall, when we got out of the big drought that we were in Texas and Oklahoma, it ended with flooding rain. We look ahead to the kind of weather we're expecting this weekend where it could be big rainfall. Do you think, even though you are a little bit dry right now, you could end up with some flooding?
We're going to, look towards more towards the north and central parts of the state for that heavier rainfall, kind of in the vicinity of that kind of cool front that's slowly going to be approaching the state. So, right now we're forecasting anywhere from around an area-wide rainfall of 1 to 2 inches with locally heavier amounts. So, we are going to watch for kind of nuisance flooding, if you will. But across the Treasure Coast and things like that, I'm sure those guys are just taking every raindrop that they could possibly get down there. So I'm sure they're going to be happy to see some rainfall this weekend.
And well, when it comes to forecasting rainfall there at the Melbourne National Weather Service, from there, is there anything that stands out to you as tricky, or is there anything that you're maybe excited about when it comes to forecasting the rainfall?
Sure, yeah, probably the two biggest important factors when it comes to forecasting rainfall here in East Central Florida is what are the winds doing in the low to mid part of the atmosphere, in other words, the lower 10,000 feet of the atmosphere. If they're out of the west, that tends to focus the rainfall on our side of the coastline. And another thing that we look for is atmospheric moisture. How much moisture is available in the atmosphere to kind of rain out over our half of the state? And the fact of the matter is, this weekend looks like we're going to be, we're going to be pretty wet here in East Central Florida, so it's kind of exciting.
All right.
All right, Will Ulrich from the National Weather Service in Melbourne, Florida, right there on the Treasure Coast. Thanks for joining us. And I love how the coast of Florida, right, have their names. You've got the First Coast, the Treasure Coast, the
Emerald
Gold Coast, the Emerald Coast, yes. All right, well, we will talk more Florida coming up here later this morning. And also up next, it's a story that unfortunately keeps repeating: children left and then trapped in hot cars.
And getting into that car, not as easy as you might think. Some expert tips to get kids.
Hey, big guy. I heard you lost a close one today. Look, Jamie, maybe we weren't the lowest rate this time. But when you show people their Progressive Direct rate and our competitors' rates, you can't win them all. The important part is you help them save.
Thanks, Flo.
Okay. Let's go get you an ice cream cone, champ.
The sprinkles?
Sprinkles are for winners.
I understand.
I've got 2 reasons to take care of my heart. That's why I take Meta.
Meta is clinically proven to help lower cholesterol. Try Meta today. And for a tasty, heart-healthy snack, try a Meta Health Bar.
Meet Kyle. You name it. Dust, pollen,
and pet dander.
He's allergic to it.
Stanley Steamer is the first carpet cleaning service to be certified asthma and allergy friendly, eliminating an average of 94% of common household allergens like dust, pollen, and pet dander for a cleaner, healthier home.
Goodbye, Mr. Steamer.
Bye, Kyle.
Carpet cleaning special.
Call 1-800-STEAMER. Stanley Steamer, your certified cleaner.
We fight a war against every foul pest that haunts your home. Backed by 85 years of experience and the strongest guarantee in the business, it's not exactly a fair fight. Not here, not now, not in my house. Terminix.
There are no medals won for earning a living. It's just what you do for family. But it's hard to build a future if you can't see past today. That's why Walmart is investing in the most important part of our company, our people. Because a raise in pay raises us all.
Tomorrow on AMHQ, summer heat sending a lot of us to the beach. Well, Jim and I are going. We'll see you in Myrtle Beach on the show. We'll talk about the possibility of something tropical. And did someone say talking dog?
You won't want to miss the television event of the summer. Tut on Spike. Watch the saga of the Boy King unfold with each new episode, available with Xfinity On Demand the day after it airs. Then go deeper into the making of this colossal production with behind-the-scenes extras that take you inside the action anywhere, anytime with Xfinity On Demand.
You will be risen as a god.
Tut, the epic 3-night event, begins Sunday, July 19th at 9 on Spike.
Mom and Dad told us they had just made their funeral and burial pre-arrangements. We thought they already had taken care of that. When we learned it was through Beth Israel and Eternal Light, we knew everything would be handled in the most caring and professional way. We realized it will be one of the most difficult days of our lives. It inspired my husband and me to make our own pre-arrangements so the burden wouldn't fall on our children when that day comes. It's not an easy thing to think about, but I'm so glad we did.
4948.
Tomorrow morning, Tour de France has hit all kinds of weather this year. What do the riders need to be prepared for the final stage? Wake up with Al tomorrow morning at 5, only on the Weather Channel.
Where you get your weather matters.
This is a large and dangerous tornado.
Real local.
We are live in Oklahoma, Arkansas.
Real accurate.
This one's going to have some precipitation with it.
Real experts.
Wow, that's the leading edge of the thunderstorm.
This is basically what makes the Weather Channel
Keep the Weather Channel on. Here at the Weather Channel.
The Weather Channel is out in full force today.
Only the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 87 degrees, under mostly cloudy skies. Today, mixed clouds and sun with scattered thunderstorms. High 89, chance of rain 60%. Tonight, partly to mostly cloudy skies with scattered thunderstorms during the evening. Low 76. Chance of rain 50%. Friday, thunderstorms developing in the afternoon. High 93. Chance of rain 60%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Right now on Weather Center Live, we head north to Canada and funnel cloud, but you can't tell it's a tornado because you can't see the bottom, but the weather agency up there, Environment Canada, does say that this was a tornado, and this is in Calgary, Canada, which is just east of the Rockies, getting kind of the plains territory here. There have been 8 confirmed tornadoes between 1970 and 2009 in this region. Amazing sight there, isn't it, Jen?
It is, and actually, what a view, actually, that whoever took this video, wherever this video came from. Tower cam, tremendous view. And Chris, as you know, this is the season for severe weather up here in southern Canada. So, you know, severe weather season kind of shifts north as we get through the spring. And early in the spring, it starts in parts of the south and southern plains. And as we get into the summer months, it gets farther north. And that's because the jet stream moving farther north. And as you can see, it is now situated way up here, up into northern parts of the U.S. and southern Canada. And that's the reason why we've seen the active weather in Calgary lately. It's been 2 days in a row that we've got some reports out of there. As we get through the weekend, we're going to see more storms starting today and then shifting a little bit farther to the east. Here's the system that we're tracking. The same one that brought those storms to Calgary yesterday is going to bring some active weather to us across the northern plains today. And into the weekend, we'll keep an eye on a couple of thunderstorms across the Midwest as well. Today, though, let's focus on the threats because we do have the risk for thunderstorms, damaging winds and hail, all threats, but there is a tornado risk here as well. Torcon's running a 3 today out there across parts of North Dakota, especially eastern, south and North Dakota, and then western Minnesota as well. We've got a 3 on your Torcon. I'm going to put our radar on first. You can see there's a couple of showers out here right now, a couple of showers up into parts of southern Canada as well. But into the later hours today, we'll see those storms start firing. This is the future-looking radar, and you'll see thunderstorms into western North Dakota first, then moving across the state. You see Canada's active as well, and then into Minnesota. And by overnight tonight and early tomorrow morning, Minneapolis, we could be talking about you as well as some nasty storms coming through southern and southeastern Minnesota. Chris.
Hey, Jen, let's go back now, what do you say, and take a look at some of that video again from Canada. Expecting some storms again. And this is another vantage point here up around Calgary. And a couple things to note. First, boom, right away, you see what looks like an upside-down Hershey's Kiss, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Is that, you think, Jeff?
That's a good description, yes.
Yeah, kind of a little bit. And so you have, looks like the wall cloud right here associated with a bigger storm, which is kind of over here. But also, you can see how flat it is, right? The terrain is just really flat here until you get up and you can see some mountains there. So you get a great view, and you can see it looks like likely the beginning. Maybe the end, depends. It's hard to tell exactly.
Probably the beginning.
Probably the beginning.
Because oftentimes it'll be more rope and skinny looking.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, but yeah, so you have the big wall cloud. That's the first sign. And what also you can tell, it's hard to exactly see here, but you look at the edges and the back and try to discern what you're seeing and which direction it's going. If you're seeing some motion this way and the backside is going that way, that's saying you're dealing with a rotating wall cloud. And that's usually the precursor to this, which eventually can turn into that.
Yeah. We have a time lapse too, right?
Yeah, let's take a look at that.
Yeah, that'll help us with movement.
Yeah, that really, see that? See right here how the wind's going like that?
Yeah.
And then if you look around the backside, you can see it. And that looked like a tornado in progress right there.
Yeah, and we can't see behind the building, but we did see reports.
Environment Canada did say that it was. So we believe that, that one wasn't. It's how
look how
dark the sky is.
Yeah, look how dark that is.
Wind's going like that, and you kind of see how it's coming around.
Different vantage points, in some cases you can see how there's some clearing and the clouds aren't filling the entire sky, but from this vantage point, I mean, it looks like the entire sky is just filled with stormy clouds.
And that, that happens. It's similar to the plains, like you were saying, Jen, and it goes all the way up into Canada. The jet stream's up there that time of year, so this can certainly happen.
Yes. All right. Well, coming up, we are going to talk more about what's in store for next week. We're going to talk trends, and we may be talking another heat wave.
And look at this, Jen.
Oh my! Is this Sharknado meets mayflies?
And why a bridge may be too dangerous to cross.
Before Mars, before the moon, we did the impossible again and again. Live the future of space travel at Exploration Space, one of thousands of exciting things to explore at Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex in Orlando. Always exploring.
Every backyard comes together around a grill and Kingsford charcoal. Gather round and try our sweet and fruity charcoal with applewood.
You can't always be there to protect her down the road. Make sure the tires she's riding on will with the revolutionary Michelin Premier tire. Safe when new, safe when worn.
Today we're getting record snowfall.
Radars indicate there's been flooding throughout the area.
We're getting hail the size of golf balls.
Maglite. Turn your light on, America. If you know Morse code and drive a Passat, you'd be pretty offended right now.
It's an Olive Garden first, but it won't last long. Create your own tour of Italy starting at $12.99. Choose 3 of our 9 most loved dishes to enjoy on one plate. Serve with salad and breadsticks. Hurry in to create your tour at Olive Garden.
In the nation, what's precious to you is precious to us. So when coverage really counts, you can count on Nationwide. We put members first. Join the nation.
Nationwide is on your side.
I brought in some protein to get us moving.
I'm new Ensure Active High Protein. I help you recharge with nutritious energy and strength. I'll take that.
New Ensure Active High Protein. 16 grams of protein and 23 vitamins and minerals. Ensure. Take life in.
It may seem strange, but people really can love their laxative, especially when it's Miralax. It hydrates, eases, and softens to unblock your system naturally, so you have peace of mind from start to finish. Love your laxative, Miralax.
Before Orion, before Atlantis, we looked to the stars and dared to dream. Stand in awe under Saturn V, the most powerful rocket ever flown. One of thousands of exciting things to explore at Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex in Orlando. Always exploring.
Currently in our area, 87 degrees, under mostly cloudy skies. Today, mixed clouds and sun with scattered thunderstorms. High 89, chance of rain 60%. Tonight, partly to mostly cloudy skies with scattered thunderstorms during the evening. Low 76. Chance of rain 50%. Friday, thunderstorms developing in the afternoon. High 93. Chance of rain 60%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
HQ, summer heat sending a lot of us to the beach. Well, Jim and I are going. We'll see you in Myrtle Beach on the show. We'll talk about the possibility of something tropical. And did someone say talking dog?
Oh, hurry! Is it 1046 or a 1050?
Oh, Jesus.
Jen, is that a 1040 or a 1050? 1046 or 1050? What is that? That's an OMG for sure.
What is going on in here?
Oh. Shut the door. Hurry, hurry. Get that door shut.
Yeah. All right, seriously, sharks are on my mind because I watched Sharknado last night, and these look like tiny little sharks swimming around, but these are mayflies.
Yep. This is the time of year from the plains to the Midwest. Pardon?
It's not May.
It's not?
No, it's not May.
I'm the obvious, right? This is their season. It starts in May and continues through the summer.
Well, so this is the summer. So the mayflies start.
Yes. All right, so that was kind of crazy, and I know we're going to talk more about what's happening in that video coming up, and also show you how you can see things like that on radar.
You see bugs on radar, what those look like coming up.
All right. Thanks for staying with us here on Weather Center Live. I'm meteorologist Jen Carfagno.
And I'm meteorologist Chris Warren, and we are dealing with some storms once again. We're going to time out who can see some of the stronger storms coming up.
And the heat, too. We got it all going on for you. And, Chris, we look at Memphis and Charleston, Atlanta, all spots that are just going to be muggy again today.
Yeah, and if you even have that sunshine, Charleston, that can help bubble things up and see some storms. We have seen some storms lately. And we are going to take a look at some storms of what we have seen. And I think we have a time lapse, too, from the Atlanta area as we take a look at your forecast. This is not the video I thought we were going to have. Which one is this?
Well, you know what? It looks like all of the storms that we've had the past couple of days. It's been nonstop like this in Atlanta. They all look the same at this point.
Right, but that's a pretty cool scene. Let's take a closer look at this.
Actually, got a little shelf cloud going on there.
Yeah, and you've seen a lot of this. This looks pretty low, though, doesn't you think? It's just the angle, or?
I don't know, actually. You're right. It could just be kind of scud clouds. You know, it doesn't.
But it looks like it's moving, doesn't it? From right to left a little bit?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I felt like, Chris, the last couple of days throughout the southeast, these storms popped up very quickly. And then they moved, and they all kind of, and it wasn't just in Atlanta. I saw it in Alabama and Tennessee. They weren't taking sort of a direct path to their next destination. They were drifting, or they were moving a little bit off course. So yeah, look at that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So let's take a look and show you what you can expect today. And again, in Atlanta, this is where we're going to have that chance for some storms. And notice the timing. You expect it here in this area, but also looking like it can pop up a little bit earlier here. It's going to be hit and miss, so not everybody's going to get it. But just a heads up, keep an eye to the sky. Look for the dark clouds start to roll in. Seeing a few little drips there, kind of a few little showers to the north of Atlanta. And they go farther to the north, more yellow, orange, and red on the map, showing some of the stronger rain showers. Nashville, a few showers kind of sneaking through. And here it is, once again, right along 40. We were watching this yesterday. Similar story here. And as we look at southern Missouri, some heavy rain leading to flash floodings there. And as we look, let's go ahead and take a look at this high-resolution future radar. We're going to put it into motion, go through time. And Jen, while we do this, we can also show you a time lapse that we saw in Atlanta. And what I want to do, if we can, I want to show you the camera here as you're looking at it. It's pretty cool, someone's neighborhood, right? Mm-hmm. But what I want you to do, if you can see it, we might have to be able to see the way it is, but I'm going to show you the radar, but see if you can see a rainbow in this. And we are looking at some storms popping up again. And some of these little showers that you see here, even if they're smaller like that, they can make the sky look like this. So sometimes you can get something like that looks like this. And this goes through the evening. Some of the heavier rain showers will be farther to the south this evening. I think we have to get that video over the entire screen to see that rainbow again, though.
I'm always looking for the rainbows.
I know you are,
I
aren't you?
Such
a positive lady.
Every day I've been chasing rainbows, actually. We get these sun showers, right? In the late afternoon. There's lightning
like a lightning flash. Yeah. There's the sun, so there it is.
There it is. Oh, look at that.
Right there.
All right, look, I got to come
Brian
closer.
paused it.
I think there might be a double. Is there a double? Yes, double rainbow. It's very faint, if there is.
I can't
yes,
see it.
I do see it. I do see it.
Is it right here?
No, that's the
Up
main
here?
one. No. Yeah, right there.
Nice, Jen. Here's a look at what's going on. Why
no rain,
this
no
is all
rainbows.
happening.
You know how it goes.
What's that?
No rain, no rainbows.
No rain, no rainbows. That's right. And going to have that chance for more rainbows, because you see the green on the map here doesn't mean everywhere is going to look like this. It just means in that green you have a chance for one of these to pop up. And the problem is when those storms linger around a little while. That's when you can get the heavy rain. Also the frequent lightning, as we see that going off there with this time lapse. And here it is again. Guys, thanks for moving that over. That was a great job. Appreciate that. And a little bit of blue sky. There's your blue sky up there. And we are going to be dealing again with that chance for storms with this front that's just going to be kind of hanging around the southeast, Jen.
All right, Chris. So, yeah, we'll have that pattern continuing. A pattern that we're going to look to for next week is what's going to happen with the heat. And does it come back for anyone? So let's bring in Dan Leonard, WSI senior meteorologist specializing in medium range forecasting. All right, Dan, we are talking this morning about the pattern with the heat. This week we had an awful heat wave right in the Northeast. It was hot, it was humid, but it's over. So the question is, what are we going to be dealing with next week and the week after? What kind of things are you looking at in the pattern to see how that's going to change?
Yeah, first off, I'd just like to compliment Chris on his excellent rainbow analysis skills. That was probably some of the best stuff I've seen in a long time.
Thank you, Dan.
But anyway, yeah. Anyways, as far as the heat goes, it's here and it's coming. I think the East Coast, you mentioned that, Jen, next week, there's some signals that I've been looking at that show that we could have another heat event on the East Coast very similar to the one we had a few days ago when we had all those 90s all the way up into the Northeast, New York, and New England as well. So that's a possibility, a real possibility, I think. The middle of next week, especially Wednesday and into Thursday, there's a good shot at that. And there's also going to be a lot of storms too, I think, in the east. So more good storm following weather for most of us in the east, with a lot of short waves coming across the flow. So this is a very typical summertime pattern for the East Coast for sure coming up.
More rainbow chasing. There we go.
Yeah, that's a positive for sure. And Dan, is there anything that you think could reverse that, or is there any signal that you're seeing that's kind of the wild card that you're looking at that maybe it won't be as hot, or is this like a slam dunk for you?
It's a slam dunk through next week. The question that we're sort of mulling over is what happens with this heat ridge. We have a big, strong heat dome sort of anchored right over the south central U.S. right now. The question is, how much does it retrograde back into the western U.S.? I think it will at least a little bit, and that will allow for some cooling weather to work into the East Coast by the end of next week and beyond. We'll probably get back into more seasonable weather for the East Coast, including the Southeast, which has been so hot. But I don't see a lot of relief for Texas and points west. In fact, I think the southwestern U.S., which has had a relatively cool month, will probably turn very hot, I think, late next week and beyond as that heat ridge shifts a little bit further back into the west.
Yeah, we're showing the Dallas forecast right now, getting up to 100 and then staying there for days and days and days. You know, for your clients in particular, and you talk about degrees being very important, does the days in a row of this kind of heat matter, or is it just sort of a one-off kind of thing that matters to them?
Yeah, that's a great point, Jen. If you get a lot of hot days to sort of add up, that can really put a strain on the grid, on the power grids, and that can actually mean higher prices in the power markets, as opposed to just 1 or 2 quick days of heat. So yes, a long duration heat event like we will have later this week into next week across Texas, I think that's going to put a strain on the grid for sure.
All right, Dan Leonard, thank you very much from WSI, their senior meteorologist. Appreciate the insight as always.
All right, and we're going to have to talk more about the Northwest too, because I think they're going to be heating up again. And also coming up this morning, we're talking about rescuing kids trapped in a hot car.
And you do. If you have the will to break the window, can you? Look how difficult it is. We're going to get expert advice coming up.
Currently in our area, 88 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, mixed clouds and sun with scattered thunderstorms. High 89. Chance of rain 60%. Tonight, partly to mostly cloudy skies with scattered thunderstorms during the evening. Low 76. Chance of rain 50%. Friday, thunderstorms developing in the afternoon. High 93. Chance of rain 60%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Zantac heartburn alert! Stop! Nexium can take 24 hours to work. Zantac's different. Zantac rushes relief in as little as 30 minutes. For relief without the wait, try Zantac. No pill relieves heartburn faster.
Remember when you said men are superior drivers?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then how'd I get this
Allstate Safe Driving bonus check.
What's that? So weird, right? My agent Tom said
Only Allstate sends you a bonus check for every 6 months you're accident-free.
But I'm a woman. Maybe it's a misprint. Does it look like a misprint?
Okay, let's try. Silence. Ask an Allstate agent about the Safe Driving bonus check. Are you in good hands?
Let's go from clutter to clean. Stop boxing ourselves in. Let's get organized and build a better bathroom. That's it. Let's give it some style with a little polish. Let's put everything where it belongs and put the room back in bathroom. Let's do this. Shop stylish vanities in-store and online. The Home Depot. More saving, more doing.
Bridgestone's revolutionary drive car tires are engineered to take a puncture and drive up to 50 miles on a flat.
I feel unstoppable, like a superhero.
With a sidekick.
Yeah, you're my sidekick, right, bud?
No.
Okay.
Introducing the first ever gummy multivitamin from Centrum. A complete and tasty new way to support your energy, immunity, and metabolism like never before. Centrum Multi-Gummies. See gummies in a whole new light.
Conceal cracks and splinters with the ultimate do-over for wood and concrete. Don't replace, resurface. Behr Premium Deck Over, exclusively at the Home Depot.
Looking for retirement security? Some options to make sure you and your family's financial resources last the distance? Well, a reverse mortgage with AAG could be just the answer you're looking for.
The amounting bills that we had was going up and up. And then we find out about this reverse mortgage, and it's like, wow, it's fantastic.
They gave me a lump sum that I have. That alone freed me up from a lot of worry about money.
Turning your home's equity into cash when you need it is a simple way to eliminate your existing monthly mortgage payments, pay off debt, and get you and your family the financial resources you need. If you're 62 or older and own your own home, then join more than 1 million Americans who've used a reverse mortgage as a safe, effective financial tool. Call us today to receive a free information pack with no obligation that contains a helpful 3-part guide and DVD. You'll receive a guide to reverse mortgages and how they work, including the many consumer safeguards that protect you and your home. Also, our important all-new reverse mortgage retirement planner that explains the many ways a reverse mortgage could provide stability and security for your retirement. We then add a guide filled with information for children and loved ones. It's got what you need to know about reverse mortgages and how they can play a vital role in your retirement plans.
Call 1-800-679-8172 right now to receive our all-new complete information pack, all absolutely free with no obligation.
Do not be afraid and go forward, and you will have such peace of mind.
Call 1-800-679-8172 right now to receive our all-new complete information pack with added retirement planning guide.
I would highly recommend AAG to my friends and my family.
Call 1-800-679-8172 right now.
All right, we showed you this video yesterday, and it got a lot of people talking, including us.
And, you know, talking about, first of all, choosing to break into the car and save the child, but also if you are going to do that, how do you break the window? Sarah Orpiza was trying to break the window, as you can see here, and she tried some different items, trying to free a child that was locked inside the hot car. So, Chris, you know, you and I have been talking about this, and Jess was weighing in on the conversation as well. What would you use if you only had what was available in your car?
Right, so that is something that she was also had to deal with, and she said it was difficult to break the glass. And take a listen to all the things she used to try to break the car window.
At first, I had an aluminum chair, which is not going to break a window, and then a screwdriver. And I learned later that if you hit the corner of a window, it usually will break it. And I wasn't hitting the corner; I was kind of hitting the center. But I've heard a couple of other things like hitting the center will break it. But I just say something heavy because all the objects that I had were pretty light.
All right, so if you were in the same situation, what would you do? And what are some of the best tools to break a car window?
Amber Rollins is the director of the safety website kidsandcars.org, and she joins us now via Skype to talk more about this topic. Amber, thanks so much, first of all, for all the great work you do in raising awareness about this and for chatting with us today. You know, just looking at this situation and how this woman responded, what do you think would have been the best thing and the best way for her to respond?
Well, she did a great job of handling the situation. We always tell people immediately call 911 because the operators are going to be the best people to coach you through the best way to handle the situation. And we also have on our website available what's called the Rescue Me tool. And it's just this, I have mine here on my keys. It's a little plastic tool. It's a window breaker and a seatbelt cutter. And so this part, you would punch into the corner of the window. And you don't have to be strong to do it. This has all the power that you need to bust that window open. And it also is a seatbelt cutter. So it pops right off, and it has a blade. And if you ever become trapped in your vehicle, you can escape using this little tiny tool that fits on your keychain.
Okay, really quick, how does that tool work?
So this has a spring-loaded punch in it, much like you would use to hole punch papers. And the power comes from that. So you would just literally press this up against the window in the corner, and it busts the window out.
Wow.
It's very easy to do.
Yeah, how much does something like that cost?
We have them available on our website. If you make a $30 donation, we'll send you 2 tools.
Okay, and really isn't the best thing is to make sure this is preventable? Are there any tips for that to prevent this?
Absolutely. Never knowingly leave your child alone in a vehicle, not for any amount of time. There's many different things that can go wrong besides the heat. Power windows, kids knocking cars into gear, vehicles are stolen with children in the back seat all the time. You know, there's just an infinite number of things that can go wrong, so never knowingly leave your child alone. And then also you can keep things in your back seat, like your cell phone, your employee badge, your handbag, something that you would need throughout your day as a reminder to check that back seat every time you park your vehicle so that your child's never unknowingly left behind.
And Amber, is there just one thing that you really want to get out to people about this topic? I know you're very passionate about it.
Yeah, everybody thinks that they would never, ever be able to unknowingly leave their child alone in a vehicle. But we want everybody to hear this message. Please don't think it can't happen to you. Nobody ever thought it could happen to them, and this does happen to wonderful, loving, educated parents.
Amber Rollins, thank you very much for your tips and your advice. We certainly appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you.
So certainly we'll keep watching temperatures and talking heat. Also coming up this morning on Weather Center Live, we're going to talk about what's on the radar. It's not always rain.
No, it's not. And sometimes it's this.
Hi, I'm Hall of Fame catcher Johnny Bench. Now, I may have retired, but I'm definitely still active. That's why for over 10 years, I've used Blue Emu Super Strength Cream so I can still do the things I love and the things I don't.
Jeffy1016 posted, worked hard, promotion, time to play hard, hashtag upgrade my car. Congrats, Jeffy. Now's the time to hit the Honda Summer Clearance event. You can get a great deal on the Honda Accord from KBB.com's best overall brand. With rear view camera and text message reader standard, it's the perfect upgrade. Awesome.
Go, Jeffy. Go, Jeffy.
Hurry in to the Honda Summer Clearance Event for a great deal on your new Honda.
Where you get your weather matters.
This is a large and dangerous tornado.
That's why we get real local the moment you need it.
We are live in Oklahoma, Arkansas, Mississippi, Florida.
Real accurate.
This is round one of the severe storms that are coming through.
From real experts on the ground.
That is a gust front for you right there in Dusty, Texas. Wow.
Where you get your weather matters.
This is basically what makes the Weather Channel
Keep the Weather Channel on.
Here at the Weather Channel.
The Weather Channel is out in full force today.
Only the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 88 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, mixed clouds and sun with scattered thunderstorms. High 89. Chance of rain 60%. Tonight, partly to mostly cloudy skies with scattered thunderstorms during the evening. Low 76. Chance of rain 50%. Friday, thunderstorms developing in the afternoon. High 93. Chance of rain 60%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Hurry into the Lowe's Summer Savings Event for great deals, like up to $20 off select paint and primer, stain and sealant, and resurfacers. Plus, select Project Source vanities for only $39. Don't miss out on summer's biggest savings at Lowe's.
At the Friskies Playhouse, the cats and us are always busy, thinking of new ways to make treat time fun. That's how we came up with new Friskies Pull and Play. With tender string treats cats can eat. That part was their idea. Lucy always thought string should be edible. Chloe thought the same. And Charlie, well, he's up for anything, as long as it's fun. New Friskies Pull and Play with tender strings. The whole new way to treat and play.
If you have moderate to severe plaque psoriasis, isn't it time to let the real you shine through? Introducing Otezla, a Premolast. Otezla is not an injection or a cream. It's a pill that treats plaque psoriasis differently. Some people who took Otezla saw 75% clearer skin after 4 months. And Otezla's prescribing information has no requirement for routine lab monitoring. Don't take Otezla if you are allergic to any of its ingredients. Otezla may increase the risk of depression. Tell your doctor if you have a history of depression or suicidal thoughts, or if these feelings develop. Some people taking Otezla reported weight loss. Your doctor should monitor your weight and may stop treatment. Side effects may include diarrhea, nausea, upper respiratory tract infection, and headache. Tell your doctor about all the medicines you take and if you're pregnant or planning to be. Ask your doctor about Otezla today. Otezla. Show more of you.
Think fixing your windshield is a big hassle? Not with Safelite. This family needed their windshield replaced, but their daughter's heart was set on going to the zoo. So guess what? I met them at the zoo. Service that fits your schedule. That's another Safelite advantage.
Safelite repair, Safelite replace.
Hey, you working for Nature Made too? Yup. Go team!
You've heard about friendly probiotics, but why take one that only targets half your digestive tract? New Nature Made Advanced has dual strains that target your whole tract. Part of the new line of probiotics from Nature.
When it comes to personal loans, Loan Depot is better than banks. And here's the proof. Get an unsecured personal loan of up to $35,000 with rates as low as 6.17%. There's no prepayment penalty and no collateral needed. Plus, your money is deposited directly into your account. Consolidate your high-interest credit card debt or spend the cash however you want. It's your money. Turn to Loan Depot for a better kind of personal loan and discover why we're better than banks.
For our patients with uncomfortable dentures, missing or broken teeth, dental implants, and fixed bridges are a fantastic solution.
Well, the results were amazing. The procedure was completed in just a few short visits, and I left the first visit with temporaries that looked like my real teeth. And the compliments I receive about my smile have really helped build my confidence, and they are very nice to hear.
Contact Dental Arts at Jupiter to learn more, where your brand new life-changing smile is just a day away.
Tomorrow morning, Tour de France has hit all kinds of weather this year. What do the riders need to be prepared for the final stage? Wake up with Al tomorrow morning at 5, only on the Weather Channel.
All right, 52 minutes past the hour and time for the tropical update. Michael Lowry with us. And Michael, we threw it out there yesterday that we're watching the Atlantic. So we got to update folks on what's going on with the potential for anything to develop.
Yeah, what we have right now, guys, is a frontal boundary. It's a cold front that's going to ultimately push down into Florida. Right now, there's an area of low pressure over the Carolinas. Jen, this is going to scoot off into the Atlantic Ocean. That's sort of the first area of low pressure that's going to form along this front. I don't think we're going to get development out of this one. What we're watching, though, is come Saturday into Sunday. Once the front gets down into Florida, then you start getting these areas of spin. You're looking at low-level spin off the southeast coast of the U.S. along this front, and it's really hard to say where some convection or where some vorticity may set up, but we're looking at this general area.
So there's really two things that have to happen. One is you need an area of low pressure to form all the way at the surface, but you need thunderstorms to be co-located with it. So it's not that easy to do, right?
Right, and you need the thunderstorms to be co-located in an area where you have very warm waters, which really, if something were to get going, this is the area that we're honing in on. But the good part of the story is if something were to develop, the upper level, the mid-level pattern is going to take it out to sea. At the end of the day, it's the cold front that's going to bring the rainfall to Florida, and that's the story here. If you're headed down to Florida, if you have vacation plans, if you have beach plans this weekend, it's just a bad day to be out there at the beach.
You won't be able to claim that you got driven off the beach by a tropical storm necessarily, but you might not be on the beach anyway because of rain. We're looking at some heavy rain at times.
We are. I don't think we're going to be sending Jim Cantore down there, but we could get some flooding possibility here with those heavy downpours. They could use the rainfall in South Florida, though, so I'm hoping that they can get it down there in parts of Miami-Dade County.
All right, let's go to the Eastern Pac, and we are now down to the F storm.
We have Felicia.
All right.
Yeah, this one's going to be short-lived, so we'll be able to say bye, Felicia, pretty soon.
All right, you were waiting to get that in.
It's my only chance.
It is, because it won't be here much longer. All right, Michael, thank you for that.
You got it.
Chris?
All right, guys, this season, we see and can see scenes like this.
You might want to get DOT out here at the shad flies. It's like ice on this bridge.
Oh, Ernie! Is this 1046 or a 1050?
Oh, my God.
Jess, what does this make you do?
Creepy crawly.
Jesus. Oh, Jesus.
Jen, what do you think?
Look, I'm not really afraid of bugs. Bugs don't bother me that much, but many bugs crawling all over your car, getting in your car.
Flies by your neck, goes by your ears, and
you can't even see. How can you drive? You can't. Windshield wipers.
And did you hear what he said? It's like ice out there. So think about how that happens. That's a lot of bugs.
I wonder what it sounds like. What does it sound like?
I don't know. But here's the thing is, we use the radar to look at rain, try to find rain, but it'll also pick up bugs like this, especially the big bugs. So this is from a couple days after this video was shot, and right along here, the Iowa-Illinois border is also the river that goes through here. And these, according to the UC Berkeley, these guys have spent a good portion of their life in the water. So
2 years, I think, right?
We'll get back to you on that one next hour. But you can see that's where you would expect it, right? And Jess also has a Google Earth look at this area. And so we know that they spend a good portion of their life during their nymph stages or their larva stage.
Right, no, so I did look it up too.
Okay, so you were asking, but you knew the answer.
They live underwater for 1 or 2 years before they sort of grow up. And then once they come out, in the world, they're here for like 24 hours, maybe 72.
And so knowing that, you can see, we go down and see the terrain here on this map. You can see all the water here along the river. And also, we understand that this bridge, it's open, but the lights are out so they don't attract them. And again, it's slippery, so it's dangerous right now because of the bugs.
That's a crazy story. Fishermen like them, though, right? Aren't they good for fishing?
Yeah, and fly fishermen will try to make flies that look like them to catch fish, I understand.
Well, no need to manufacture them. They can just go to Iowa.
And I can imagine how slick that looks like. It's like metal grating on that bridge.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. All right. Well, up next, we're going to talk about heat and thunderstorms to affect your travel.
We're back in 60 seconds.
Currently in our area, 89 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, mixed clouds and sun with scattered thunderstorms. High 89. Chance of rain 60%. Tonight, partly to mostly cloudy skies with scattered thunderstorms during the evening. Low 76. Chance of rain 50%. Friday, thunderstorms developing in the afternoon. High 93. Chance of rain 60%. Here's our 7-day outlook.